What's up, everybody, and welcome to Culture in the Atlantic. As you know, I'm your host, Miles Aspie, alongside Prophecy. And again, we have another dope show for you.
And right now, we got a special guest today, BP Alkaline, here to drop some knowledge, tell us what he knows.
Thank you guys for having me on your channel. Much appreciated.
Appreciate you for coming.
So you have a few different things that you do. Like, first of all, I feel like you relate to people like us because just a few years ago and not too long ago, you was just like us, eating whatever you wanted to, and it wasn't, and you realized eventually that it was a healthier way of living. So explain to us how you even came up with that theory to change your life like that.
Wow. That actually started 2014. It actually didn't come from nowhere. I actually got in a really bad bike accident in 2014 and pretty much mangled my whole body. Broken femur, broken ribs, broken shoulder, my ribs punctured my lung. I pretty much flatlined at the hospital. I died and came back to life. The doctor really didn't know how or why, but my heart started beating again. It went from beat till back fluctuating again. And after leaving the hospital, after being hospitalized for about a month, I was home recuperating, and at that point, like I said, my body was mangled. So all I had was my mind. It was to a point where I couldn't even get up to use the bathroom on my own.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I had like a bottle next to me where I had to use the bathroom, all of that. I couldn't feed myself, so all I had was my mind. So basically being home with all that time on my hands, I was doing a lot of, I started getting into meditation. And I was doing a lot of meditation because, like I said, all I had was my mind. My body was pretty much useless to me at that time. And during meditation, a man from my past kept showing up in my meditations. 2005, 2003, I want to say it was, Dr. Sebi came here to Bermuda, and he did a lecture here. He did one up Sands, and he did one at Whitney. And one of my family members ended up taking me to that lecture. And at that point, I was young. I was 19, 18 years old. I went to this lecture. He was talking about, the vegan diet and plant-based this. And at 19 years old, I wasn't,
Right.
I was far from being ready to transition to any diet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to Malabar and getting wasted
Come
on the
on.
weekend.
So
I
you
am
really
not
wasn't
thinking about stopping chicken
Okay.
and macaroni and cheese.
No.
So,
Yeah.
I felt like that was an instrumental point for me to actually meet him at that time. Because during that time when he was here, I did get to talk with him, and spend a little bit of time with him. So I just wasn't ready to transition at that time. Like I
Right.
said, my mind, I was too young. So during my meditation in 2014, he kept showing up in my meditations, and it kind of kicked me back to, that's the man from the lecture,
Okay, wow.
So after that, I started, researching him online. I had lots of time on my hands. I'm home doing nothing, you know. So I started researching Dr. Staby, watching his documentaries on YouTube, and I ended up researching Dr. Sebi products, and I ordered a couple of his products from his California office, and they came in, so I was taking them as I was recuperating.
Right.
And it was helping me recuperate faster. I felt like my body was regenerating itself a lot quicker. I had ran out of products, and I ended up researching, like just putting in Dr. Sebi products and see if anybody had them in Bermuda. And I ended up coming up, whereas these boys up in Somerset, it was called Platinum Video at the time. Now it's called Oregon Body.
Okay.
They was bringing in it was his wife's brand. It was called Fig Tree. Him and his wife started it.
Okay.
And I believe they had a divorce maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago, years later. And when they divorced, Sebi let her have that brand, and then he went and created his Dr. Sebi Soul Food brand. So I ended up coming up some sitter and buying some of the Fig Tree products from them and continuing to take them as I was healing up or whatever. And from that point on, when I was able to walk and, you know, move around again and I got back to decent health, I ended up finding out that he had a lecture in New York. So that's when I just hopped up and flew to New York and kind of went to this lecture, and it kind of been where I am now.
Changed your life.
Yeah, it changed my whole life.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So that road to the recovery, like for you to completely heal up from that, how long did it take exactly?
I would say to get back on my feet again, like, and be able to move around without the crutches and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 months.
Wow.
Maybe about 5 months before I was able to move around without crutches.
Wow.
And did you take, like, just out of curiosity, were you on medication from the hospital as well, or did you like completely go plant-based?
The hospital had given me medication when I was home, but like I was never one to, like, I never really liked medication even before when I was eating a lot of the bad foods and, you know, eating the chicken, the mac, all that, you know, the grease. I was never one to really like medication anyway. Growing up, I had grandparents that used to have herbs in their garden. You know, my granny used to boil down all these nasty herbs when I was younger, make me drink them. But but they work, you know, like, you know, if I got, you know, so I kind of didn't really like medication too much, you know. From the occasional maybe Tylenol here and there, but wasn't really my thing.
So the answer would be you didn't take it? No.
The medication?
Yeah.
When I was in the hospital, I did.
But when
I
you got
really had
home?
no choice. When I got home, I stopped taking it.
Okay.
I kind of went the natural route. I
Right.
started taking the herbs, and I started changing my diet at that point as well. I started going into a plant-based vegan diet.
Sheesh, man, your whole life is just a journey, ain't it? Like, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
definitely been a journey.
You got a unique story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, and I think that's just amazing right there, because I didn't know nothing about your accident.
For real.
You know what I mean? And the way you actually recovered from that,
Yeah.
that's very amazing. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's amazing in itself. That's what people need to know, is that they could heal themselves, you know, just by eating different.
Yeah, and it actually sped up my recovery because the predicted time that they told me that would take to recover, I was actually up and walking around at least 2 months before they expected me to be moving around again.
wow.
You know, just from changing my diet and taking Dr. Sebi's herbs from the California office.
Wow.
Well, it seems like you're supposed to be here because, like you said, your heart stopped. They still baffled how did this guy's heart even start again, you know. So it feels like it's an honor to be around somebody who basically died and came back from it, you know. To sit here next to you feels amazing. And to have your story like that, Mal, it's amazing. So this is BP Alkaline, everybody, on Instagram. Make sure you guys check him out because he does sell products as well with his label. So talk to us a little bit about what you have in front of us today.
What do we got here?
So what I have here is some of my herbal soul food that I sell on my Instagram page. I'm also in the process of creating a website that should be up shortly. But what I have here is what I like to refer to as soul food. These are herbs that grow from different parts of the world. Some of them come from Honduras. Some of them come from Mexico. And we have a good bulk of them that grow here right on island that we guys probably walk across every day and just think of tumbleweeds and bushes.
Wow.
So the first product I have here as well, this is not a soul food. This is Irish sea moss. So this is raw Irish sea moss. So the body is pretty much made up of 102 minerals. You know, your calciums, your iron, magnesium, zinc, copper, boron, all these different minerals that are on the periodic table. So your body is comprised of 102 of them. So my soul food, my sea moss formula I have here has the full 102 minerals that your body is made up of. So what I do is I mix my sea moss with about 4 different herbs as I mix it together that make it the complete structure. And I also add soursop leaves as well, because that allows you to produce an amino acid called tryptophan. That's a really good amino acid that you need to produce serotonin. And I don't know if you guys know what serotonin is, but that's
No.
your feel-good hormone.
Okay.
That's when usually when you, I want to say, do something right, or you, how could I say it?
Is it that like euphoria we get when we feel like naturally high?
Naturally high,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
You know
alright,
your
alright.
natural high, your
Okay.
feel-good feeling when you do
Yes.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that, that serotonin helps you to produce melatonin.
Okay.
And the melatonin is what helps regulate your circadian rhythm.
Okay.
It helps put you sleep at night. It helps to regulate your body's time clock.
Wow. Okay.
So
Alright.
yeah, that CMOS is a big bang.
Okay.
And what we was talking about with the serotonin,
Mm-hmm.
dopamine is your reward. That's the other
Okay.
hormone that you'll get from completing your mission, or basically
Wow.
appeasing your ego. When you get that
Yes.
like on Instagram or
Right,
whatever, you
right.
get that dopamine hit that makes you feel good. That's
Almost,
your reward.
I guess, in simplification, it just produces a happy feeling.
Yeah, what it does is assist your body in producing them hormones so that you can,
Okay.
you know,
Feel that without.
yeah, you can get, your hormones are regulated throughout your body. That's a very important process.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
Definitely.
Your body needs to be able to put off different hormones at different times and
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
know, throughout the day.
All right, bro.
So that's your 102 minerals. That's like a multivitamin. Comes from the sea, comes from the ocean, but it's natural. It doesn't come from a pharmacy. It's not coming from a lab. It comes from nature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of my other products I have here is called Cell Charger.
Mm-hmm.
Cell Charger is a blood cleanser and a blood nourisher. It is also good for helping to remove mucus and help build your immune system up. I have Signal Booster here. Signal Booster is for your central nervous system. So anybody that may have nerve damage or autoimmune diseases, I would say, because autoimmune diseases, what they do is a degenerative disease. So the body starts to eat itself from the inside out.
Okay.
So that's basically like saying you're malnourished, you're undernourished. Your body's not getting these 102
Right.
minerals that it needs. So if it doesn't get the 102 minerals that it needs, it's going to start looking for it inside your
Right.
body.
Right.
And it will
okay.
start to eat at the tissues and
Right.
inside
Okay.
your body. It will start eating away at your bones, arthritis.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
It will
Okay.
start, if it needs calcium, magnesium, that's what your bones are made out
Will eat
of.
itself.
So
wow.
it's going to start to eat itself. So
Okay.
one of the things that happen when people have autoimmune diseases is because it's looking for minerals, it will start to eat away at the tissue on the nerves. So the nerves have a coating over them that are kind of like, like how wires in your house have a rubber coating over them so you
Right.
don't get electrocuted while your
Okay.
nervous system is producing electricity throughout your body. That's
Right.
what allows you to move, your fingers to move, you able to feel heat,
Wow.
curl,
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay.
So what happens is when you starve your body of minerals, it will start to eat the coating, the
wow.
rubber insulation that's over your wire in your house. It will start to eat that rubber insulation off. And once it gets through that rubber insulation, I would say, that's when you start having nerve problems. So this signal booster right here is going to help replenish your nervous system
Oh, wow.
and help build that back up.
Okay, that's
Wow.
amazing. That's amazing.
Next we have chelations. Now, chelations is an intracellular cleansing. So what this does is basically it doesn't clean your body. It actually does an intracellular cleansing and cleans your cells.
Oh, wow.
Like, and your cells are very important because they make up organelles, and organelles make up organs, and organs make up you. So this is cleaning you down to a cellular level.
Okay.
The chelations is also good for cleaning the intestines, cleaning your colon, repairing your lining in your stomach.
Okay. Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
that's really good.
Dropping knowledge right
For
now.
real.
So
Knowledge we need.
yeah, so
For
that's
real.
going to cleanse the intestines, the colon. The importance of, like, I would say, cleansing your intestines is your intestines have a really important job. You need a really good colon to remove waste, because if you don't remove waste, you're just building up toxins in your body. And you need good intestines because your intestines, your small intestines, are the ones that absorb your nutrients out of your food. When your stomach breaks down food, when you eat food, your stomach acids breaks down the food
Okay.
into chyme.
All right.
And once it's in that mush formula, it goes through your intestines. And your intestines, I want to make it like tentacles on an octopus. They suck in the minerals out of the food
Yeah.
and put that into your bloodstream so that your heart can pump these minerals around your blood to feed your different organs. So if your intestines are not in good shape, you ain't absorbing nutrients. So it doesn't matter what good foods you eat.
Yeah.
You can eat whatever you want. If your intestines are not able to absorb damn nutrients, you know, you got a problem.
That could happen to you just from years of eating unhealthy.
Eating unhealthy, because what happens is certain foods we eat, starches cause inflammation, so they can inflame the intestines, which is what most people have when they have Crohn's disease. They have inflammation in their stomach and their intestines, so they're not able to absorb nutrients. That's why they got all slim, skinny, and most of them I would call is autoimmune disease, a degenerative disease, because you're not able to absorb the nutrients, so the body starts to look for it inside the body, and it starts stripping from your organs and stripping from your tissues and your bones, and we got to get these minerals somehow. If you're not feeding them to us, we taking it from inside your body.
That is crazy.
And then once that breaks down, that's when you come up with all these diseases, and they're just giving them names.
Right, exactly.
So this is kind of like the origin of a lot of different cancers. And
yes.
Okay, all
you
right.
know? So that's what the chelations is doing. That's cleaning off your intestines, rebuilding all your digestive system. Next on there, we have magnetic iron. Magnetic iron is your blood is iron.
Yeah.
So most people that are anemic have low iron levels.
Okay.
So when it comes to the magnetic iron, that's to build your iron levels up for anemia. Is also to cut mucus out of your body, because I have herbs in there as well that will cause mucus to flush out of your stools and different things.
Okay.
So yeah, iron's a very important thing you need in your blood to create magnetism.
Okay.
So that's how, like I was saying, your whole body is like an electrical system, you know, it's like an electrical plant almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your blood needs to have a high level of magnetism. Why I say that and why you need that magnetism in your blood is because, and why I call it magnetic iron is because iron is like a magnet, like it says in your blood. So if your iron levels are low, the rest of the minerals, the calciums, the magnesiums, the zinc, the coppers, and all the ones that need to be in your bloodstream to make your bloodstream plentiful have nothing to magnetize to. All of them minerals that you get from foods, all of them other ones, the calciums, the magnesiums, they stick to the iron. They magnetize to the iron. So if your iron levels are low, all your other minerals in your bloodstream are going to be low as well, because they have nothing to attach to. That's the main magnet in your blood that keeps the other minerals in there. And then we have the green currant. So green currant is basically good for chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what the body uses to and converts to produce energy.
Okay.
Chlorophyll, the green currant is also good for somebody that may have diabetes that wants to help regulate their sugar levels. So it'll be good for helping to regulate your sugar levels in your bloodstream. It's also good for hair growth, nail growth, clear skin, and all them type of things.
Nice.
And last but not least, we have lymphoconductor. Lymphoconductor is basically to flush your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system, I want you to think of as your sewer system in your body. In your house. Sorry. You know, it removes waste out of your bloodstream, not out of your body. The chelations removes the waste out of the intestines and the body. That removes waste out of your blood vessels. So what happens is, as your body accumulates toxins and waste in the bloodstream,
Yeah.
it travels down your blood vessels into a part of your body called your capillary.
Okay.
And this is where I would say excess water and waste leaks out of the bloodstream.
Okay.
What happens is you have a next set of tubes called your lymphatic system that sits right down in that capillary area. So what you need to happen is you don't want that water, that fluid, the lymph that comes out of your blood to leave your body. You want to return it back to the blood, but you don't want to return it back to the blood with any toxins or waste or anything like that in it. So the lymphatic system is that sewer system that removes that waste. So as it picks up that moisture that leaves out of the capillary, which they call lymph, it goes through the lymphatic tubes, and along these lymphatic tubes, you have something called lymph nodes.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever go to your doctor, you always feeling your neck, the feeling for your lymph nodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all over your body, but one's particular they feel for in your neck because your lymph nodes are like filters. Just like a filter in your fish tank or anything else. It filters. Yeah, and when they inflame, that's what they're feeling for.
Okay.
When that doctor's feeling for your lymph, they're feeling to see if that's inflamed. That tells them if you got a virus or something going on inside of your
So
body.
when you see older people and it looks like they got like more of a like a bloatedness,
Yeah,
then that,
yeah.
that's what that is.
Sometimes it could be just people that are just overweight,
Yeah.
but at times you usually have to feel for that. You can feel the lymph nodes are swelling,
Right.
and that
It's like a little bowl.
yeah, it's a little bowl, and in that lymph node, like I said, it's like a filter, and just like
Right.
any other filter, your fish tank, anything, it becomes clogged. And if viruses come in there or it becomes clogged, it gets inflamed.
Right.
It swells up. So that's what your doctor feels for. So that lymph conductor is to flush your lymphatic system.
Okay,
All right.
nice.
Amen.
And that's everything what got her. So one question that comes to me, because someone like me would want everything you just told
Yeah,
me.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's like I'm thinking in my mind,
Can I take them
can I
all in one
afford
day?
can I afford all
Yeah,
this?
first of all, can I afford it?
You know what I mean?
And can I take it all in one day? So can you answer those questions for us? How do we take these in consumption to basically heal all the parts of our body that this could heal or keep us healthy? And how much do you charge for these things?
Basically, I have them assorted in 3 different packages. So I wouldn't just give them to anybody. I guess it would depend on what condition you got. I usually do consultations with people before
Okay.
I give them
I
my
was
herbs.
about to say,
So
like, you're pretty much a doctor
Yeah,
yourself.
Yes.
I wouldn't say I'm a doctor. I like to give people nutritional advice. Calling yourself a doctor and not being certified one could get you in a lot of trouble.
Right.
But
Yeah, I know. About
I
the
study
history
the
on
same things your doctor studies. Let's say that I read a lot of biology books and different
that.
things.
Bro, that's been clear
Okay.
throughout this whole interview.
Yeah.
So what it was, I would do consultations with people and find out what conditions they have, and I would, because I know which ones and what these things are going to do for certain systems throughout the body, I would recommend certain ones. How I sell them to anybody that's looking to just do a cleanse and do the remove waste and lose weight. They do help people to lose weight. A lot of people's been on them for the winter time, spring, just so they could wear their summer bathing suits.
Yeah,
you
when
know.
the summertime come
They
up.
will cut waste down because you're constantly flushing like that.
Exactly.
But I usually sell them like I have a small cleansing package. So the small cleansing package will consist of 3 of these. That will be your cell charger, chelations, and your magnetic iron. Those are $150 for them 3, and these are a month. Each one of these have a month worth of capsules in it. So it's 90 capsules in each bottle, and you would take 3 a day. That's your 30 days. So each one of these, and I give you a complete regimen for the times to take them throughout the day. So you'll have them take them every couple hours. So that's the small cleansing package. That'll be the 3. And as for the 4, the next one up is 4 herbs, 4 capsules. That will be the medium-sized cleansing package, and that's your cell charger, signal booster, chelation, and iron. That's your I would say a medium-sized cleanse. That would be a next advanced cleanse. You know what I mean? And the large cleanse I would give people would be the 5 herbs. So depending on what condition you have, or depending on how the person eats, or some people like you may say, you might say, yeah, I eat a little healthy. I don't eat a lot of junk food.
Yeah.
So maybe I wouldn't flush your lymphatic system too much. You're not, you don't eat a lot of junk. You probably eat some fish or some chicken or something here now and there. But you eat like a lot of vegetables. You're not really a starchy guy too much. I would probably give you a 5-package cleanse that would consist of the green currant.
Okay.
I wouldn't give you the lymphatic, flush the lymphatic system.
Right.
Wow.
Depending on what the condition is with the person, I'll swap out the green food for the lymphatic system, or at times I might give somebody all 6, depending on what it is. But the 5 package is $250, and that's for the whole month. And with the 5 package, I give my clients a free CMOS to go with that. That comes with it.
All right.
So the small package is $150. That's 3 of these capsules. You got the medium, which is 4 of these capsules. And the large cleanse will be the 5, and you got a free CMOS.
That's nice. So how much does the CMOS go separately? Like just to say,
the CMOS is 25, and this is potent. So you only need a tablespoon of that a day. You can take up to 2. You can, you could eat as much of it as you want to, but you'll probably be on the toilet. I guess it'll help you have a smoother move.
Yeah.
But I recommend you only need about 2 tablespoons a day at most, and your body's satisfied with minerals. You know what I mean? I would tell people take a tablespoon in the morning and a tablespoon at night.
So as far as your products, you have this, and then you also have a recipe book. Is that right? Where people could actually get ideas of what to cook.
Correct. So along this journey, I created my own recipe book. Sorry I wasn't able to bring one today. Currently sold out of them, but I'll have more copies available soon. But I created my own recipe book. So what I done was I took a lot of the common foods that we eat here on the island, and I've taken them from, having the macaroni and cheese and different foods that we eat that are full of dairy, and different foods that are really bad for our system, that clog up the lymphatic system and create waste, mucus, and all that. And I created a plant-based macaroni and cheese where I make my cheese out of nuts and butternut squash and a couple other ingredients that I put together to make up a cheese sauce.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I created macaroni and cheese. I've created plant-based burgers. I've created, I want to say, a version of what we would have here, like when you guys like to have your fried fish or your fried chicken tenders. I saute mushrooms or fry mushrooms, and I made a batter for the portobello or oyster mushrooms, where you can actually create a batter just like how you would do with your fish, and fry it and season it up, and that will be the replacement for that. So what I done was basically replaced a lot of our common foods we eat with a healthier plant-based
alternative.
Yeah, with a healthier alternative.
When this book is available again, how do we get one of those books?
When it is available again, you can reach me on Instagram at Alkaline Triangle. Most people would DM me. I post on my page, and you can also email me at alkalinetriangle@gmail.com, where you can place orders, book consultations. I also do home cooking lessons as well. So I go to people's houses and meet with their families, and I actually give them home cooking lessons and teach them how to make these recipes that are in my book. And I teach how to make things that are not even in my book, because I have a second book coming out.
Well, thank you so much for coming through, BP, because we needed this knowledge.
Yeah, we definitely needed that today.
Not just us.
Yeah.
Everybody watching.
Yeah, for real.
So thank you so much for coming through and sharing everything you learned, especially your story from beginning to end, even the fact that you had gotten yourself, you had gotten in an accident that it almost took your life, and it changed your life. And now we're here today. So you know what? Thank you again for coming through.
Yeah, thank you, man.
It's been a blessing.
Your story is very inspirational.
Yeah. I in my words, I would say it was the end of an old me and
Beginning of a
at
new.
the beginning of a new me. I mean, it's a person that a lot of people would have known before 2014. He might have been Nachi in town. He might have been Animal out Southside.
Yeah.
That guy's dead. You guys
That's
gonna
what I'm
have to,
saying.
you're gonna have
If
to
you
get
knew
around.
Jamal a few years ago.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
That person there is gone. You guys are gonna have to sit around me and almost get to know me all over again.
Yeah, real talk.
He died in that accident.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, that is, well, it seems like you got reincarnated to the best version of you.
Yes, I
For
would
real.
say so.